Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program, 0.25, the economic boom. So in the last episode we did a little Dres exploration of the surface and we managed to get back into space again with all the guys happy for the most part. Actually they're not too happy right now for some strange reason, but and we're about to basically be on the dark side of Dres. So the only thing we have to do now is plan our return trip back home to Kerbin. So we want basically a phase angle of, let me check my thing here. We want it to be, I just have it written down here, negative 329.68, which we are not close to at all, and it's counting down, so we're pretty far away from that. So what we're going to do is do our standard operating procedure here and go to the Time Waster craft. So let's go to it. Here we are with the Time Waster. So again, we're going to want to select Dres. There she is. And it's going to tell us now the opposite value. While we were out there, it said it was negative 186, but that's really what we want to. We want to just kind of switch it from positive to negative. So we're going to be looking for, in this case, 329.68. So let's get this thing warped, and I'll zoom out again just to not give anyone a seizure. Now, someone had mentioned in an earlier video about getting the Kerbin or the Kerbal alarm clock mod, which I think you can set it for the perfect rendezvous window in terms of phase, and it'll halt any like time warping that you happen to be doing when it gets to that precise moment, which would be pretty useful. Granted, definitely, no doubting that. I just would like to try to keep this series relatively vanilla. Maybe if you're like kind of a new player and you don't want to get overwhelmed by all these mods, and you know sometimes it's hard to install them, you just kind of want to play a relatively vanilla version. So that's the only reason I haven't installed any more mods. Basically, I just have the two, and one of them's just for visual sake, so it looks pretty. And this one here, I consider it vital. I don't know how anyone could play KSP without this mod. Because I mean, think about it. What if you had to hit these precise phase angles? How are you supposed to do it? You know, aside from maybe breaking out your protractors and slapping it on the screen, you know, that's just ridiculous. So I hope one day, and I've said this before, that Squad will go ahead and incorporate something like the Engineer mod into future versions of KSP. Anyway, enough rambling. We want 329. I tend to not be able to talk when I'm doing this because then I always miss it. So I might go quiet for a sec. 329, we're looking for 0.68. Getting there. It's going to be close after this falls. Almost. Just want to be very precise with it. 329.9, so again we want 329.68. Waiting for that to turn to a 6. Almost there. And .69. We'll leave it at about that. 329.69, so we're off by 0.01 degree. But again, I always like to do that just to leave us a little bit of leeway, because it's going to take a little time to set up the maneuver node and get into position and all that stuff. So we can just go ahead and fly this thing here by double-clicking it many times. Alright, here we are. Just to make sure we are set. Yes, negative 329.69, very good. So we want this stuff now back. So, this should be fairly straightforward. We want to just burn on the sunny side to kill our orbital velocity, and you can see Kerbin's there. We'll both just kind of swing around and meet up probably somewhere around in this area here. But again, we have to mess with our phase, or not our phase, our inclination, because we are a bit off. Someone also did post that you can, ooh, that was quick, you can change your inclination, what did he say, you know, right here, before you even make the burn, which was interesting to me. I didn't know that that was possible, but apparently you can do that. Like, basically change your inclination before you escape, you know, something like that. Which again, yeah, I didn't know you could do that. We'll try it. I mean, not sure how accurate that information is, but let's see. This is a bit tricky as always. You're generally going to want that angle to be just right, and let's just see if we can... Oh, I see. Okay, I see what he's saying. If you burn it like this, that does kind of... Descending node 0.05. Oh, yeah, I see. Alright. Alright. I forget who told me that, but props to you. That's pretty good. That makes sense. I might go with it. I might also just try to mess with these angles here, because it does look like we're a little bit... Again, we're ahead of it. So if we screw around with the angle a bit, we should be able to... Ooh, that didn't really help us at all, did it? Now we're super far ahead, so maybe we have to go back the other way. Ooh. That's kind of close. Or is it? No, it's actually really far away. It looked like it was close, didn't it? Yeah, from this angle it looks good. But no, we have to go back probably this way. Again, is that faking me out? Yeah, it is. Ooh, we definitely don't want to do that. It's tricky getting these angles just right. Just kind of guessing and checking here. It's getting a little better. Seems like the more we move it this way, the better it's getting. So that's even closer now. 1 million. Ooh, that was almost it. Come back a little bit. If we go one more this way a little bit, try a little more. Oh man, very finicky. That's for sure. Trying to just get the descending node just right. Oof. It's a bit of a burn, and it's gonna use up a lot of fuel, but we've got 7,000. This isn't the most efficient way to do it, and I'm not really sure why. It probably has to do with the angle I'm choosing here. Yeah, we're coming way out here, basically. So if you see what's happening, we're coming way outside of the Dres orbit, which is slowing us down, and then we're having to catch up for it over here. So this is not the most efficient way to do it, but I'm going to say let's just go for it because we have the fuel, and it's okay if it's a little sloppy. And to be honest with you, I'm a little too lazy to go ahead and do it the proper way. So let's go ahead and do this. If you know, if I sat here for many minutes and really worked on it, I could probably get that thing nice and smooth and whatnot. But like I said, I'm a little bit lazy. We tend to do it the Cavalier Hot Jupiter fashion, which is kind of just, it'll be fine, you know. So we'll play to our character here, and we'll go ahead and do it that way. Leaving at a very interesting angle, but it's gonna do it for us. We're gonna hit Kerbin at about 19 million, and we can always then further correct it as we go along. Get that thing nice and close, and we can always just air brake right into the planet at raging fast interplanetary speeds. Just gotta make sure we don't miss the burn, so I'm gonna do a little test fire just to see. Oh, you know what I always keep meaning to try too? Apparently you can go full throttle by hitting Z, and that's true. That's pretty cool. So Z is full throttle now, X is full kill throttle. Ooh, burn is 11 minutes long. That is going to be a bit long. Should have started a little bit sooner. But, let's see. Yeah, I don't like the way that turned out. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna reset it up, see if I can get a little bit better, and we'll start that again. Hold on, be right back. Alright, so I basically set up the maneuver node again, and I set it so that we have to take another orbit around. This way we can time it just right. And again, it's kind of a screwy way to do it, but we're gonna do it. We have the fuel. We can definitely do it. It's gonna take about, let's say 12 minutes, so we'll burn it about just under 6 minutes, I think. Will be the proper time to do that. We'll just swing around the planet here. Slightly elliptical orbit now. So about 6 minutes we'll do this burn. Just a little bit under 6 minutes probably. Something like that. Alright, let's get her started. There we go. Using fuel from here first. This is totally empty at the top here. It's going to slowly drain these tanks a bit. We probably won't get much further down than about here when all is said and done. So here we are about to snap the orbit. It's like a rubber band breaking. And almost. And there it is. You gotta make those sound effects. It kind of helps your spaceship along when you make the sound effects. Kind of tricks your spaceship into thinking it really is a rubber band or something like that. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and speed things along. We'll just do a little physical warping, crunch the ship together a bit, just to get things moving. So now all the fuel pumping into the ship is now going towards bringing this orbit in, basically burning against our solar velocity here. The very thing that's propelling us around is the sun here. We're pushing against its velocity, basically, or whatever momentum it's given us. But since it's going to take a little bit, I think we'll do a little cut here, and we'll come back when we're a little closer. So here we are, making our final goodbyes to the relatively unremarkable and boring planet of Dres. Poor Dres. It's just a little world. It could barely even be considered a planet. All the way out here by itself, no moon to accompany it. Nothing interesting in sight except the tiny sun. Hasn't seen anything interesting for billions of years until a small crew of Kerbals came up and planted their feet on its surface. It was probably happy to see us. Probably the most excitement it's had since it became a little planet. Only about 30 seconds left. Let's take a look at how poorly this is going. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be just fine, right? Orbit's coming in a little further. Needs to get in just about where that purple line is. I would be shocked if the same encounter is still in place when we finish this burn. Let's just take a look. We have about 9 seconds left. Ah! Alright, so let's just finagle around with RCS a bit. Yeah, I'm going to reverse just a little bit. Just to get it right down. That's not too bad. Okay. So we've got that encounter now. All we have to do basically is just... Let's take a look at Kerbin, actually. Focus view. So we're going to be coming in a little bit high on it. Not in the good way of high, of course. Get it? Anyways, let's see. So what that means for us, let's see if we point south, basically, it should bring that in. And this is great. I never knew you could really do this. This is perfect. Instead of guessing what you're supposed to do, this is the way we do it here. Let's just RCS. Okay, so south isn't proper. South is actually bringing us the wrong direction. So let's go ahead and point north, actually. And that'll somehow bring us lower by some magic of space orbits that I'm not really familiar with. There we go. We'll just bring that lower. And we probably have to do something else too. Maybe, there we go. It's a little bit better. Kind of towards the 45-degree mark. Again, just bringing it down. It's very shaky, which is kind of annoying, but we can generally see what's going on here. Nice and close. We'll stick with that for now because it's kind of freaking out, and it might be different by the time we get there, but I'd say that's pretty successful. So we've basically did it. We've got our encounter right down. Can we focus view back on our ship? Yes. No, that's Dres. There we are. Okay. This episode's going to be a little longer, so I don't feel like, stopping in here and making a whole new episode. So we're just going to keep her going. Say our final goodbyes to Dres. I just don't want to miss the encounter. Or the escape, rather. Dres is already basically a speck amongst a sea of other specks. And there's our escape. Let's see, can we still see Dres? It's just a speck among the other specks now. So let's go ahead and just get these guys back. Let's see, our encounter is still going to be, yeah, periapsis is 2 million. Not bad at all. So thus starts our enormously long journey. Oh, look at this. That's interesting. A Dres Explorer debris. Must have been one of our boosters from when we got here. Anyway, now begins our, yes, enormously long fall back towards the sun. It's been a 3-year mission so far. It's probably going to be about 5 years by the time all is said and done. Again, we're at maximum time warp, and the distances are just so far from the sun, it's taking a while, so... Basically, let's just do a little cut so we get a little closer. And we can see a little more apparent motion now. The time's now just about 4 years. We've been floating around here for a good year, basically, and you can see Kerbin now. We are catching up on Kerbin quite rapidly. It's around here somewhere. So we're a little behind it. That's why we had to come in here a little bit closer. There's Eve. Wow, we're almost, if we went a little further, in fact, we'd probably get a good encounter with Eve. But that's not what we want. We've seen Eve already. Eve's a hot little place. A hot little mama. Alright. Getting close now. I always like to stop right here and wonder if we could see planet Kerbin. It's going to be somewhere down here. Where's my target reticle? It's around here somewhere. There it is. Anyone see it yet? Should be basically right in front of us. Is that it? Let's go a little faster here. Should see it appear. Oh, there it is, yeah. There it is. You can see Minmus, or the moon, swinging around there. Heading basically straight at it. Awesome. We're literally falling straight into it. Just because we got that fairly close, this encounter here. Very, very close, falling straight into it. Again, we don't want to warp too fast when we hit the encounter, otherwise, who knows, it might throw our periapsis deep into the atmosphere or something. Ten times is probably okay. Alright. Let's just take a look here. What do we got? Alright, not too bad. So let's just set up a maneuver node. If it'll let us. Come on. I know you want it. I know you want one right there. Come. Yep. Ooh, ooh, oh, that's frustrating. Oh, I love this game sometimes. Let's see. If we point straight in, let's see. Basically, straight that way. That should actually, yeah, we'll point at this reticle here, the blue one. That's great that that's actually on the nav ball now. And we can see that that is going to indeed lower our periapsis. Yes. It's doing the trick. Thanks a lot, maneuver. No, oh, now you let us put one. Thanks a lot. Yes, we were along the right lines anyways. And we're going to want to bring that thing in probably to about 20. I don't want to mess around. 20 should do it. Periapsis height. A little bit further. Yeah, there we go. This way, there's no question about it. We want to come crashing through that atmosphere. We don't want to end up skipping or bouncing off of it. Like a rock in a pond, basically. Alright, we'll go through 1,000 times here. There's the moon. Wonder where Minmus is at. Minmus. Should be off to the right. And beneath us a little bit. Somewhere over here is Minmus. Can't really see it. Maybe one of you guys can. Oh hell, it doesn't matter. Oh, just for novelty, I like to see if I can see the planets. Because after all, this game is very, very pretty, and it's nice to be able to see all the little things. Oh, there's the moon. We almost have a moon flyby. That would be neat, wouldn't it? Actually, didn't that happen in one of our episodes? We were coming back home. We actually had a moon encounter. Something like that. Very interesting. How beautiful does that look? Of course, I gotta stop to take a screenshot just because it just elicits some kind of beautiful emotion in me when I see things like that. That's where we live. The only rock in this solar system that has a breathable atmosphere. Well, actually that's not true. Lathe has a breathable atmosphere, but my God, that looks pretty. How amazing is that? What a screenshot. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. 19,000. I think it's safe to... actually, we'll get a little bit closer and then we can separate these two craft. Oh yeah, we're zooming in here now. So where are we coming in? Oh, there's the KSC right down there. There's the time waster. Yeah. Basically, over there somewhere. But we don't really have to worry about that too much because we have installed those extra little transponders. So let's just go ahead and separate these two things. We don't need any fuel. No, we don't want to control from here. We want to undock. That's what we want to do. And we'll go to this craft here. And we'll just RCS itself away. You know, I really ought to add parachutes to this thing. I keep saying that too, just so we can recover this thing as well. But it's just an extra pain in the butt thing to worry about. And we are coming in fairly steep. Let's press the 1 key, get these panels in. We are coming in very, very steep. Probably going to get G-forces close to 10, I'm guessing. Here we go. Really heating up here. I just wanted to come in fairly steep just to make sure that we don't, like I said before, skip out of the atmosphere. And it would be great too if we didn't land in any mountains. I'm constantly plagued by the mountains in this game. You don't know how many disasters there's been where I get all the way to the end of the mission. Ooh, something just came blowing off. Ooh, look at that. Probably the solar panels from that thing. But anyway, as I was saying, the end of the mission, come in for a landing, and we land on the side of a stupid mountain or a hill, and the whole craft just tumbles down, and everything explodes, and everyone dies, and it's terrible. Yeah, look at us. We're at about, how many G's is that? G-force 6. It was probably a little higher earlier. That's probably saying, yeah, 7.4 was the highest G we got to, which isn't really enough to kill you, but still fairly uncomfortable, I would imagine. So that's us. That thing stayed relatively close to us. That's surprising. Normally those things go flying away, but once it hits 2,000 meters away from us, it'll automatically lose its physics. Will despawn and lose any sort of air resistance that it has. So let's go ahead and parachutes out, landing gear down. I want to keep this thing roughly pointed at the retrograde. Mass is only about 6,000 kilograms. We did pass the mountains, that's very good. We're going to land, looks like on some kind of plains. Hopefully relatively flat. Oh, it did the, oh, there's a river. Looks like the other service module already crashed or something, or deloaded already. But, yeah, here's us continuing to fall now. These parachutes should open as soon as we get to about 500 meters above. Oh, that's nice. Nice river right there with the mountains in the background. How beautiful is that? You can't get much better than that, I gotta say. Parachute should be opening any second now. Always makes me a little nervous. Ah, there they go. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is actually a really nice area. Couldn't ask for a better area to land. And we're coming down at a nice gentle 7 meters per second, so I think it's safe to say these guys did a grand old job. They did very nicely. Bob and Matt Lorf, I'm proud of you guys. You always, you never let me down. You always do a great job. Boy, this is a long episode, 30-minute long episode, but hopefully you guys don't mind. It's hopefully very interesting and exciting to watch. And you know, as always, I'm forever thankful for all you guys for watching. Please keep commenting if you want to see more things or have any suggestions, and I definitely am always open to corrections. If you think I'm doing something incorrectly or wrong, please let me know. And I always learn things every day from you guys. In fact, I've learned so many new things about how to play this game just in the past month, just from hearing comments from you guys. So please keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing, and it really helps me out. I'm trying to grow this channel just because it's so much fun. I love doing it. I love providing content to you guys. But anyway, enough sentimental stuff. Let's go ahead and recover the vessel. Actually, could we do a crew report? I always like to just make sure. Oh, we got a 1.5 from Mounts. Keep it. It's pretty cool. Probably already have a barometric reading, but yeah. From the grasslands. Yeah, let's keep that too. Again, extra 3.5 science. Now let's recover the vessel. And we will see, actually, if our reputation has gone down the crapper. I hope not. Again, someone else commented and cleared that up for me a little bit, but let's just see. Let's just see what our reputation ends up being when all is said and done. I thought it crashed for a moment there. Alright, so all in all, we ended up getting 568 science, but then it says minus 852, but it still added it on. Oh, you know what that's saying? I think that's how much we lost per something. Actually, I'm not really sure. Maybe if you guys, again, you can leave a comment and explain to me why it said we lost more than we earned, but yet we still kept, 1,176 science. That doesn't really make much sense to me. Maybe that's how much we could have earned on top of that. That might be what that means. We could have, so basically we could have had about 1,900 science, but because we lost 800, maybe that's what that means, something like that. And good, our reputation isn't totally in the crapper. So there you have it, everybody. Mystery Goose, the temperature scan, the gravity scan, seismic scan, the EVAs, the surface samples. We got, we were only 400 kilometers away from KSC. It's 88% recovery rate, plus 12%. So that's not too bad. We got basically 48,000 funds back, plus I guess 7,000. And the crew, they're back too. We didn't gain any reputation, I guess, because we subtracted too much. So I guess we'll finagle around with those values and try to come up with something reasonable. But let's take a look. Next thing we have is either Elu, Lathe, Tylo, or Vol. Now these three are around Jewel. Elu's on its own, so we might go to Elu next, believe it or not, and we'll save the rest of the Julian moons for another series. But for now, we'll end our Dres series here. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next episode of Kerbal Space Program.